clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine.
Beyond ATC
Every
connected.
turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.
Hey everyone, welcome to yet another flight. Bit different today because we're taking the A319 out of an airport it usually doesn't fly out of. That's London City. I picked the A319 because I was going to make a second flight with BAE 146, but unfortunately, as you saw in the last stream, that aircraft isn't really performing well, at least not for me. So we're taking a familiar aircraft today. We're taking the A319 from Easyjet on a fictional flight out of London City to Amsterdam in the Netherlands. So as usual, let's make our very quick pre-flight checks. Take a good look at our nose landing gear. Everything seems to be in order. Landing lights and taxi lights, runway turn-off lights. We're looking for possible leaks, open panels, all that jazz. We'll go to the engines in a moment. Let's take a look back here. This is our APU doors, they're closed. Bit of a leak, that's normal. Nothing dripping, that's what we're looking for. Hello. So now the main landing gear looks fine. Tires look good as well. Struts look steady. No leakages on the ground. Let's take a look at our engine here. Big nozzle. This is our reverse doors. Doors are closed. Beautiful orange livery. Blades look okay. Let's go to the other side. Main landing gear looks fine. Tires look good as well. Let's look at our engine here. I usually don't do a very thorough walk around inspection because none of the what you'd expect to see as a fault is modeled on most of these planes. I've heard there are other companies like Flight Factor creating their 777 for X-plane, they really went deep in like nacelle damage and all that. That's pretty neat, but we don't have that yet, at least on our sim. So let's open the aircraft door. It's pretty cool. All the way to the lock. This is the unlock button right here. All right. And let's go to the cockpit. It's the only plane I know that you can do this, by the way. And let's sit. Here we are. Hello, Boeing 777. I am quiet. I am quiet. No, I'm not. I'm not quiet. Can you guys hear me? I'm speaking quite loud, actually. Maybe I'll move my mic a bit up. How's that? Better? Is that better? Anyway, let's prep our flight. Hello there. Betsy is in-house today. So let's run our checklists here. Cockpit pre-flight checklist. Parking brake is set to on. Flaps are up. Spoilers are in. Retracted and disarmed. Weather radar is off. Middle switch. Predictive wind shear is also off. Engine masters 1 and 2 are off. I'm sorry about that, Boeing, but hello, bravo, Papa. Engine mode selected to normal. Thrust levers set to idle. Gear is down. And wipers are both off. Cockpit pre-flight checklist complete. Let's begin prepping our plane. So first things first, battery on. Battery 2. There we go. Cruise supply to on, ground control to on. And now we get external power. Plane wakes up. All right, coming to life. Let's load the flight plan here on our electronic flight bag. I already made it from Simbrief, so we got London City to Amsterdam. We're already 3 minutes beyond schedule. So I need to pay attention to the time schedule when I create the flight plans. Usually my fault. All right, so let's start loading the aircraft according to GSX pre-briefed. Boarding only, instant refuel. Let's not wait for the fuel. Right, I believe this is a walk-in, so we won't have a bus. Passengers will just drop by. Let's prep the flight first. So FMGC, we're gonna see November 27 to December 24. Nav data up to date. Let's load the nav. Load the 8 years. All right, and then initiate the flight. Initiation request. Here we go. EGLC to EHAM, so that's London City to Amsterdam. Let's get the rest of the data in. So, not charts, sorry. Sorry. Pilot brief. All right, so we got our flight today is Easyjet, so Easy 32 Golf. So EZ Y32 Golf. Our cost index for today will be 30. and we'll be cruising at flight level 210, so not that high today. It's a very short hop to Amsterdam. All right, so flight plan is in. Let's request wind data. Our flight plan is in, so now we're going to monitor our ATs for London City.
Information Foxtrot.
We got
London City
Foxtrot.
Airport, Information Foxtrot. 11510, wind 2404. Visibility 10 miles or more. No clouds detected. Temperature 2.06. QNH 1028. Landing and departing runway 27. Transition level 060. 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot. London City Airport, Information Foxtrot. 11510, wind 2404. Visibility 10 miles or more. No clouds detected. Temperature 2.06. QNH 1028. Landing and departing runway 27. Transition level 060. 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Alright.
14 kilo, ramp 7 taxi via Alpha main.
Ramp 7 via Alpha main, fly 14 kilo.
So let's request our CPDLC. So flight initiation first of all. So let's request it to initialize on data link. There we go, initiated. Now let's go to ADC requests, pre-departure clearance. So we are at gate, what's the gate number? I don't have it on my paper here, but sure have it here. So it's gate 9. People are, whoa. Yeah, well, this is not good, is it? It's funny that people are floating midair. This is GSX being GSX. The plane probably just walked forth, and it's causing a ruckus here because now the plane cannot actually taxi out. That's not good. This is a very small airfield, so such a big airplane like this, it's not even crossing the line. As you can see, this is the double white line is the limit for the taxi to gate, but as you can see, it's causing a problem here because these two Embraers will not be able to leave until I leave. So let's make it quick so we don't stagnate the airport. So yeah, so we are at gate 9, so let's request that. Gate number 9, we got Fox.
Ramp 3 via Alpha main, flyer 45 Charlie.
Fox, and we got station EGLC, and let's send it in. Just gonna wait for the CPDLC to reply. In the meantime, let's carry on our cockpit preparation. Batteries 1 and 2 are set. External power is on. Accumulated pressure, let's take a look. Parking brake to off. Brake left. Brake right. Pressure verified. Parking brake back on. Cockpit lights as required. Instrument display brightness as required. APU fire test. Let's do that. Make some noise. APU fire. Whoa, what's going on here? Alright. And we got ECAM status master warning. Discharge bottle and fire handle lit up. APU fire test complete. Cruise supply set to on. It is. Oh my, causing a jam here. Well, we got APU ATC messages. So we got clear to EHAM runway 27
Flying 33 Tango, ramp
via
1 taxi
Oduk
via
1
Alpha,
Alpha.
northeast.
So we got initial climb to 3,000 feet, not 6. And squawk 5433. Let's acknowledge that for now. We'll comply. And send. So 5433, let's do that for now. 5433. Let's leave it on standby for now. And let's insert that data. HELC departure runway 27
City ground, expect
via
runway
Oduk
27
1 Alpha.
for departure.
No transitions. Done. Alright. ADIRs are set to nav, external lights wing and nav logo. Wing on, nav logo on. Seatbelt signs, no smoking signs, armed. So we got a new ATC message, which is easy confirmed, clear confirmed. Alright, let's close this one, no longer needed. Alright, no smoking, portable device set to auto, emergency exit lights set to arm, annunciator lights, let's check them out. Alright, looks like overhead is fine and dandy. Let's look down here. Everything looks PG. PG. Radios. PG. Alright, looks fine. APU is on, not yet. AC temperatures is required. ECAM page set to ELEC. Let's test the batteries. So battery 1, off. Off symbology. AC handling back to on. Bat on. Battery 2, same test. Battery off. Battery off. Aircraft maintains power, mainly because it's on external power, but we need to test. And back to bat 2. We're set. Fuel pumps are off, so we can perform the engine fire tests. So engine 1 fire test, both bottles discharge, fire handle, master warning flashing, ECAM status, and fire warning on the pedestal. Set. Engine fire test number 2. E2 engine 2 fire, ECAM status, master warning, pedestal, overhead 2 bottle discharge, and fire handle tested. Flight directors set to on, they are on. QNH set 1028 and cross-checked. Constraint and arc 10. Constraint arc 10. FCU speed will set to after we concluded the performance. So aircraft's been loaded. Let's load the data so we can do that. Mass and balance sent to MCDU. My flights, no, sorry. So perform departure performance, sync with load sheet, sync with weather, calculate. So we got V1 115, VR 117, V2 122, flaps are set to 2, up 0.3, flags to temperature 52 degrees, transition altitude 6,000 feet. That is correct. We can send that to the MCDU as well. Hello Mirsha, Bravo Papa, Boeing 777, welcome all. So speed set to managed, heading set to managed as well. Altitude, initial climb, flight level 3,000 feet. Radios has been set up, MCDU data. MCDU, let's set it up. It's confirmed. Nav accuracy set to GPS primary. So we got everything going on. Flight plan is set. We are going to insert the destination data as well. So because it's such a short flight, we can do that right now. So we are expecting red A1A EHAM runway 27. So let's do that. Arrival. ILS-27 via Red F1A. And I don't think there's, oh, there is some transitions here. So let's check with the flight plan, with the chart, I mean. Let's see, we got Red F1A. That will bring us to Sugal. That's probably it. All right, we're good to go. Insert. That's it. We got a full flight plan inserted. We got our IFR clearance. Our RS have been aligned. We got our flight plan has been reviewed. FS data navigates as required, and squawk set. All right, let's turn on our VORs as usual, and we're all set. We are good to go. So cockpit, so cabin doors are closed. We can start our APU now. Didn't press it within 3 seconds. Turn on our fuel tanks, fuel pumps I mean. So pre-start checklist, APU master set to on, APU set to start, MCD weights are inserted, MCD takeoff performance. So we got V1 at 115, VR 117, V2 122, flex to 52 degrees, sorry. APU bleed will be set on as soon as we got APU power. We can close this. Waiting for the APU. Sorry about the traffic jam. These planes will eventually disappear. It's a shame that my plane was pushed forward unintentionally. As you can see, most of the aircraft that operate to London City are Embraers. So, yeah. And no Airbuses or Boeings. At least not, here we go. APU available? At least not regularly. Alright, we can turn off our external power. Seatbelt signs are set on, and air conditioning will set the packs to off for now. They will turn on eventually, but they're on auto control. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's call our guys on the ground. So let's just load the aircraft parking. And we're ready to push back. So what we're going to do now is that we got power. We're going to set beacon on. And GSX will eventually understand that as a call to push and start.
East Flight 423, set your ground, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, East Flight 423.
Stairs are moving out. Alright, we're good to go. We're just waiting for the ATC to, well, actually the ground crew first, then the ATC. Well, let's call the ATC and tell them that we're ready to start up only.
32 Golf, Landman request startup.
TZ32 Golf, startup approved, call when ready for taxi.
Affirmative, engine start approved, Easy32 Golf.
Alright, let's just wait for the ground crew to give me the all clear. Well, everything's cleared up, so should be good to go. You can see the difference of my parking position compared to the Embraer. See the main nose landing gear set on that square. I'm almost out of that rectangle, not a square. So yeah, it's not good. Hello Santi, welcome. Let's start our engine. Start 1. Oh, it's not. It wasn't. It's right. My lever wasn't on idle. So it's a straightforward start. No big deal. Let's just give some light to the overhead. So the bed seat today is not in a talking mood, so nothing new here. When starting. So windows and cockpit doors. Windows are closed, cockpit doors set to lock. Fuel pumps are on, beacon is on, steering pin not required, transponder set to auto. TCAS set standby, that's set standby. Alright, start number 2. Parking brake is set. We're gonna launch the clock as soon as we start moving out of the gate. Two starting up. Two is available. Just wait for it to be fully ready. There it is, available. So we can turn master switch off. Overhead panel clear. So now we can launch the clock and request taxi to the active.
Easy-32 Golf, request taxi to the active.
Easy-32 Golf, runway 27 taxi via main east Mike.
Runway 27 taxi via main east Lake. Easy-32 Golf.
Here we go. Parking brake is off. Let's go. Sorry about that, boys. It's really not my fault. GSX just pushes the plane forth for some reason. So it's a straight taxi to runway 27. Nothing to it. Right, let's go perform our taxi checklists as we are going. So auto brakes set to max, spoilers are armed, flaps set for takeoff, so we're gonna get flaps too. And we're gonna need a 0.3 trim up. So let's do that. Here we go. Now, flight controls checked, full deflection left, full deflection right, neutral, pitch up, neutral, pitch down, neutral. Let's brake here so we can perform the rudder test. Full rudder left, neutral, full rudder right, and neutral. Let's carry on taxiing. Flight controls have been checked. So pitch trim set, rudder trim reset, and steering pin have been removed. No, that was never there. Nose light set to taxi is set. Runway turn off lights to on. Strobes are on auto. Oops. Auto. Parking brake is off for the taxi. And we still need the cabin to be checked. They're still preparing the passengers, running the briefing. As for performance, we'll talk about it during flight, but it does appear to look much better, much smoother with Service Update 4, which is good news. So let's cabin is still being prepped. As I go around there. Alright, cabin's ready. So we can press takeoff. Alright, before takeoff checklist,
Continue taxi.
we're getting set the wheels for takeoff, TIs, packs, TCAS, set to TARA, weather radar, predictive wind shear, and we're gonna check for takeoff memo no blue. Bit fast for the taxi. So guys, if you want to help the channel, there's a link in the description. Contact the tower now. There's a link in the description for buy me a coffee. There's also a QR code that eventually shows up on your upper right screen. If you guys want to help, that's the way to go. There's also a pinned message in our chat here, so you guys can see how tiny this airport is because the taxiways are so small. All right, let's continue prepping our plane. Cabin crew has been notified, so let's set our radar to system 1 and predictive wind shear to auto. Takeoff memo no blue. We're ready. Let's request departure.
Ready for departure, runway 27.
Easy 32 Golf at T-Tower, 1210 for runway 27 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for
Runway
takeoff.
27 cleared for takeoff. Easy 32 Golf.
There we go. Come on. Get moving. Our planes incoming. All Embraers.
East flight 423, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back. Hold position, East flight 423. East flight 423, continue taxi. Continue taxi, East flight 423.
There we go. Fully ready.
Charlie, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back. Hold position for traffic. Fly 91 Charlie.
Take off.
Fly 91 Charlie, continue taxi. Continue taxi. Fly 91 Charlie. Fly 91 Charlie, hold position for traffic. Hold position for traffic. Fly 91 Charlie.
Flags 52 set. SRS runway.
Ready to go. Runway
Airspeed alive.
East flight 423. Runway 27.
Very fast. 80 knots.
Runway 27, line up and wait. East flight 423.
100. V1. Rotate.
Continue taxi. Continue taxi. Fly 91 Charlie.
Positive rate. You're up.
East flight 423 City Tower, 1210 for runway 27 cleared for takeoff. Runway 27 cleared for takeoff. East flight 423.
Smooth like a baby's butt.
Easy 32 Golf, contact Thames departure 133.455.
Let's go for Thames departure.
Contact Thames departure 133.455.
Throttle
Easy 32
climb.
Golf.
Mode climb. Nav.
Thames Easy 32 Golf, 1,300 feet.
Easy 32 Golf, Thames departure. Good day. Identified. Climb to flight level 100.
Climb to flight level 100. Easy
Speed check
32
flaps
Golf.
up. Let's go to flight level 100. Right turn. Oh my, the performance looks really nice. London is such a complex city, and you usually had some FPS drops, but look at that, very smooth.
Thames East flight 423, 700 feet. East flight 423.
So we're clear for flight level 100, but
Climb to flight level 110.
we need to follow the constraints here. We need to remain at 3,000 feet, so. This is something that Beyond ATC cannot do for now, is if they really want us to climb to flight level 100, they could enforce that. It's just say unrestricted, but we are restricted, and so we'll stay on that. Let's engage autopilot 1 so we can carry on with our checklists. So after takeoff checklist, gear is up, flaps are up, spoilers to disarm,
Fly 91 Charlie.
runway turn off lights and nose lights to off,
Fly 91 Charlie. Thames departure.
thrust set to climb, autopilot as required, after takeoff checklist complete.
150, fly 91 Charlie.
Look at that. Let's look outside because I'm enjoying this performance very, very much. Lighting also looks better, although they say they only really touched what's really noticeable is the night lighting. It appears that night lighting now is 100 times better. But I do enjoy this haze. Looks more realistic to me, at least. At least with this mild weather. Look at that. Look at the performance. Good frames, no hiccups. I mean, it's very, very, very smooth. Look at that. I'm looking away from London, looking back in. No difference. At least not that I can notice. There could be a frame rate lost, like 5 frames, but it's hard to tell. Really cool. So we are still constrained to 3,000 feet until we reach Oduku. That's according to our chart here as well. Hello, oh, there it is. So as we carry on out of London City, as you can see, the constraint, they're all set, altitude constraint is in blue. You can see that we are constrained to 3,000 feet until we reach Oduku. That's because there's a lot of traffic around London. There's Luton, there's Heathrow on the other side. Heathrow doesn't really matter, but Luton is very close to London City, so we're stuck to this altitude. Hope TCAS is not TRA, as it should. Alright, we can now open up our flight plan a little more. So we got company message, that's probably the load sheet. And they're going to ask us for an ADC, for sure. Let's go to the AOC menu, received messages. There it is, load sheet. We already inserted all that data, so pre-departure clearance, just confirming that we requested VFC PDLC, and there it is. So we got everything on this data has been approved before, so we just can accept it and close it out. So let's go back to flight plan. A lot of traffic coming into London. For a small airport, London City is very, very busy. So our constraint is off, so we're cleared to flight level 100, and we're now climbing towards it. We're going to get our transition altitude at 6,000. That's when we switch for local QNH to standard QNH. So far so good. I'm really enjoying this this update. Looks really cool. Smooth. Look at that. London is a very busy town.
57026, turn left, heading 030.
Turn left, heading 030, fly 702.
Alright, transition altitude set to standard and cross check. Standard and standard. Alright, climb checklist. At transition altitude, barrel set to standard, checked. NTIs, we got -2. We might get some icing, but not required as of now. It's not raining or it's not very humid. Weather radar set above 10,000. We'll get there in a moment.
Crossing flight level 077 for flight level 100.
Easy 3 Golf, London Control, identified to climb to flight level 210.
Let's go to cruise altitude.
210, easy 32 golf.
So next phase on the checklist will be above 10,000. Betsy's not complaining, so flight's going well. We got 13 minutes out of the gate, 7 minutes flight. As you can see in your upper screen, we still don't have an ETA, not sure why. So that bar up there should give you the ETA to the destination. Yeah, service update 4, Mirsha, looks really good. Go back to normal here. Looks really good. I noticeably rushed my before takeoff checklists because I forgot to confirm the engine mode selected to norm, or maybe I accidentally pressed it, not sure. No big deal, it just sets the ignition to on. This is for ground starting, IGN start. This is for air start to crank. It just sets the ignition on, no big deal. It degrades the ignition if you don't forget to turn it off, but that's about it. There's no real significant simulation for that. At least not on this plane. Alright, we're still flying over English airspace. As you'll see, it's a very short hop all the way to Amsterdam. I'm not entirely sure about this airport we're flying into because this is the default. Well, not default. It's an enhanced airport by Asobo, so it's like the premium airport from Asobo. So I'm not entirely sure if it's accurate or not, but we'll see. Alright, climb checklist, landing lights. After 10,000 feet, landing lights are off, wing lights to off. And seatbelt signs, let's turn them off. Climb checklist complete. Alright, so now we just fly to 21,000 feet or flight level 210, and we'll stay there till we reach Amsterdam airspace. Guys, your like and your subscription is very much welcome, and I appreciate your support. Oh, now we got an ETA, so 12:55. It's now system time 12:32, so 20 minutes flight. That's the ETA. We already can see our top of descent at 80 miles, so this is going to be a very short flight, to be sure. Our passengers most likely are cool and at peace. Look at that. Beautiful performance, really enjoying this update. Let's just hope that all planes fly as smooth as this one. Fenix did a great job with the A320 family, so it's very well optimized. The textures are top of the line. Everything's fine. There's a couple of issues still with the VNav, so vertical navigation is still a bit dodgy, but yeah, they'll get there eventually. So 1,000 feet to go. Boeing aircraft, when you get to 900 feet, you get an oral warning. On the Airbus, you get the flashing box, and you get altitude star. So that's when you know that the altitude's about to be captured. There it is. Smooth. Altitude star no longer boxed, means that it's already active. The boxes just tell you that something changed. See, altitude cruise boxed means that altitude is on cruise mode and it's captured. This box will disappear. It just stays there to warn you that something changed. Look at that, you can see the smudges right there. You could clean that, you know, Betsy. There's some tissue paper on your... Oh, she doesn't care. Alright, so we are leaving, we got our feet wet, we're leaving the UK for now. So like a port city. Sorry if I don't know which city is that. Can we get an idea which city is that? Clacton? No, that's oh my. Felix Stowe. That's Felix Stowe right there. Really looks like a port city. Nice. There's some windmills on the ground, isn't there? These red lines usually indicate windmills. I don't think they're modeled here. This should be on our right side though. Yeah, I don't think they're modeled in. It's nice to see there's some obstacles on the ground. It's usually either windmills or like oil stations or oil rigs. And I think here is windmills. And it's not within the United Kingdom airspace, as you can see, it's outside. It's probably still in London control, just not within their national waters, I would say, but very much offshore. Yeah, we don't get to see those. Olá, Gomes, boa tarde. So we're on cruise mode, and you know what time is this? Time for cabin walk. Let's turn around. Alright, let's go. Cabin walk. Let's meet the passengers here. Hello everyone. Don't worry, Betsy's still up there flying the plane, so you're in good hands. Nice. So even the cards have Easyjet written on them. Really cool. Oh, and there's the orange trim. Nice. Seats are also customized. Hello everyone. How you doing? Let's minimize this. Enjoying your Coke, sir? Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hey, what you playing? It's Mario Kart. It's always Mario Kart. Oh, sir, you can sit a little bit more. You see, this is a GSX issue. It's not an airplane issue. GSX models just aren't set properly. And we're in the back. That's the beauty of flying the A319, is that the plane is so small you can make a stroll down the cockpit to the cabin quite fast. Now, looks like a bus. That's because it is a bus. And wow.
London Control, flight 91 Charlie. Good day. To flight level 120 for flight level 150.
It's crazy to see that on the left side, it's a Portuguese magazine. Dicas de Moda, it's like fashion tips in Portuguese. Primavera Verão, that's spring summer. But then there's generic text, Lorem ipsum dolum sit habet, and same thing on the right side. Well, actually no, that's an actual article. Color conscious. Something's written. Well, I'm not going to read that. I'm not color conscious, guys. I'm not into fashion, so. Oh, something's fishy. I think I pressed the wrong button. Reset before anything goes haywire. Yep, sorry about that. My bad. I just keep pressing the wrong button because it's the cursor keys. Alright, here we go. So sorry. Engage autopilot is gonna get us back in there. So in order to move around the cabin, you need to press the cursors, WASD keys on your keyboard, and hit shift. If for some reason you forget about that and press, let's say, W and forget to press the shift, you're going to press W, you're going to press the nose down on your yoke or side stick. So that's why I sometimes mess that up when I go back to the cabin. Alright, so we got our clearance to runway 18 right. So,
Easy 32 Golf, approaching our top of descent, ready for lower.
Easy 32 Golf, ready 1 Alpha, runway 18 right, descend to flight level 100.
Right 31 Alpha, runway 18 right, descend to flight level 100, Easy 32 Golf.
okay, let's start our descent. Let's do managed for now. Oh, door is open. Alright. So they're gonna give us some trouble here because it's no longer a runway 27. And so it's gonna be runway 28 right, 18 right, and I need to know which of these. So it's red F1A for runway 18 right.
Oscar, Mike Sierra Tango, Amsterdam radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 050. Continue climb to flight level 050, Oscar, Mike Sierra Tango.
Amsterdam radar, Easy 32 Golf, descending by Red 31 Alpha, flight level 1907.
So it's gotta be Sugal.
Easy 32 Golf, Amsterdam radar, radar contact.
Alright, let's get our. Let's select heading track first. Insert.
Amsterdam radar, KL and 744 heavy, descending by Red 31 Alpha, flight level 260.
Alright, let's go.
KL and 744 heavy.
So let's get our approach to 18 right. ILS cat 18 right. That's it. And let's delete these two. Alright, so as for METAR, this should be fixed, so we'll see. So let's recycle. So we got 290 at 8. So 290 at 8. And we got few clouds, 3000 broken, temperature 10. QNH 1024. Done. Now let's config tree. Alright, now let's go to our charts here. Let's get our ILS decision height, which should be 187 barrel. 187 decision height for barrel. So this is going to be a very standard approach. 3 degrees down. Let's zoom in. 3 degrees down approach. We got a category C, so 187 ILS with an RVR bigger than 1000. So sorry, we got a very clear 10 static miles clear on visual, so there's no restrictions as for visual. So we we should be starting our descent out of 2000 feet out of AM 621 at heading 182. Alright, and I believe that's what we got. So we're still on the ocean, but we'll soon start seeing land up ahead. We're descending very slowly to flight level 100. This is our ILS approach, so we're going to make a slight turn north towards the north, I believe, and then make a right turn. We're probably going to get AM 240. Let's confirm that. Yeah, there it is, AM 240. So we're going to start our entry here, AM 240, and then all the way in. Or probably not. Are we going for the VOR? Oh yeah, we got a holding point in SPL. Oh, so let's exit that. So no holding, direct to AM 240, there it is. So we're gonna go into the airport, make a left-hand turn, and then continue on from there. So we're gonna be direct to the VOR. In real life, I'm pretty sure that the air traffic controller will allow us to go direct to north, but let's do what he says. So we were on manual descent, but I decided to go to open descent. Sorry, manual descent, so that we can até logo, obrigado. So guys, we're very close to Schiphol, Amsterdam. Let's go back here to our approach procedure. There we are, little plane right there. So we're turning right out of Sullad to Sugol. So descent checklist, MCDU landing performance has been reviewed. TCAS set to below. Done. Approach briefing, she doesn't care. Nav aids reviewed. NTIs not required. EFIS set to constraint, done. Seatbelt signs, they're on. Descent checklist above the line, complete. So our transition should be 6,000. We're being handed over to Schiphol. I can see land already. Oh. So different transition. Sug 1 Delta.
Clear direct Seagull, cross Seagull to over flight level 100. Clear ILS runway 18 right, easy 32 golf.
There we go. I did select. Oh, okay, now it's done. Alright. Then press insert and go back in. Done. Nice. So instead of going to Sugol and turn left, we're actually being given clearance to turn left at Netom, because that's a different approach. And that's always good. So we are going to go actually there's no arrival. So Sugo. So it's the same procedure. But that's weird. We don't have that specific procedure unless it's probably RNAV, isn't it? Let's see. Is that RNAV? No. So it's I can't find that on the charts here. Unless it's a night transition. Yep, that's a night transition, alright. So we're gonna go through Sugal, then on Netom and turn right. Oh, I wonder why it's giving me a night transition. See? It's a night transition. But we're not flying at night. It's odd. Oh, there's a city landmark. I don't know how to turn this off, guys. I turn every 8 I could possibly turn off, but these still appear. Don't know why. So we're still holding at 10,000 or flight level 100. Hello. Why aren't you turning? No problem. We'll just turn it for him. I did press the manage, but just flew forward. So let's now set direct to net home. Should be alright now. Alright, here we go. Well, you should be descending now, but ATC is not letting us do that. Should be getting at least 7,000 feet or flight level 070. Yeah, I got a little offset there, but no big deal. Still going to Netom and then perform this right-hand turn here. So we're gonna get set auto brake set to low, gonna arm our spoilers. So descent checklist below 10,000 is still hanging because we're still at 10,000, but we can perform it, no biggie. So landing lights to on. Let's turn on the wing light. Now it's daylight, no need. Landing lights on, seatbelt sign on, and wing lights. Well, it says here to turn it on, so let's do that. Descent checklist below the line complete. Come on, guys, tell me to descend. I'm gonna arm my altitude for the approach. I do need to start descending here. I'm gonna just tell it to descend. But it's part of the procedure, that's why. I just don't wanna be too high on the approach. Whoa, overspeeding. There you go, it's recovering. Yeah, speed limit exceeded. More drag. Let's get that air brake out. Oh, there's the windmills. See, I told you. No, we don't have that now on this map. We were just too high to see it. So there's a company message. Probably they want us to do an ADC, but yeah. So ADC for 22 minutes. I was 22 minutes late. Nice. Let's not do that. It's irrelevant. If I was on the VA virtual airline, that's completely understandable. There's an airplane up ahead. Plane is decelerating because we need to follow the constraint. See, the ATC still didn't clear us to descend below 10,000, but we're following the procedure. And it only told us to cross Sugo at or above flight level 100. Didn't tell us to descend. Just tell us continue on your approach, direct to Sugo, cross it, and then at or above 100. But then clear for the ILS. So we are clear for the ILS. That means that we're clear to descend. But it should be a little bit more specific about it, of course. Alright, speed brakes in, and let's arm it again. Hello, here we go. So we got a plane up ahead as well, there it is. I just hope it clears. I'm just gonna give it some time by pulling this airspeed knob and just reducing our speed here to something like minimum approach speed 160, 170. Alright, it's fine. I do that before because I don't want to get unexpected go arounds.
Easy 3-2 Golf, radio check.
Easy 3-2 Golf, reading you loud and clear.
You're just choosing not to speak, alright. So we're decelerating, plane up ahead has been giving some wide berth. We're still decelerating. Speed brake in. Speed check is flaps 1. Just want to help the plane decel by putting some flaps out. Landing system to on both sides and turn on approach. We're above the glide slope. Still need to come down. QNH 1024. It's just telling me there was a disagree between pilot and co-pilot altitudes. Perfectly standard. Alright, we are going to report established.
Easy 3-2 Golf, established on final approach.
Easy 3-2 Golf, affirmative.
Alright, we're still a bit speedy, not sure why. We need to really decel this plane. So I'm going to deploy the speed brakes again.
Skipper Tower 118 decimal 105, have a good day.
Alert Tower 118.105, Easy 3-2
Don't know why it's so sluggish to decelerate.
Skipper Tower, Easy 3-2 Golf, IRS runway 18 right.
Easy 3-2 Golf, Skipper Tower 1250, lead runway 18 right, clear to land.
We're still awfully fast to land, but
Easy 3-2 Golf.
we're getting there. Alright, let's get the gear down, try to decel this plane further. Gear coming down. We got glide slope localizer. Speed's coming down. Let's get back to managed. Speed check flaps 2. Spoiler set to arm. Speed check flaps 3. still a bit too fast, but maybe the plane's so dirty, well, aerodynamically speaking, will help decelerate. Certainly it looks like it's helping. Boy, I did this approach a couple of times in the cockpit. It looks very familiar. Really cool. Alright. Feet on the pedals, auto brake, autopilot off. So we, I think we forgot to, yeah, no,
100 above.
100 above. I was saying we forgot decision height, but we did not. Nice. Little below.
Minimum.
Continue. Still a little bit below. Here we go. Bit too high.
Fifty, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Nice. Roll out, auto brakes on, reverse. $80 knots. $60.
Easy 3 2 golf. Exit left at Victor 2.
Victor 2.
Left of Victor 2, easy 3 2 golf.
Auto brakes off. Laps in. I believe this one's Victor 2, right? It's a very complex airport. So we're gonna need some aid. Verificated.
Easy 3 2 golf. Contact ground 121.7.
Star APU.
Ground 121.705, easy 3 2 golf. Easy 3 2 golf, request taxi to allocated gate.
Whew, long ways to go.
Golf. Gate Golf 9 a taxi via Victor 2 Victor. Victor Sierra. Victor Echo. Whiskey 5. Hold short runway 18 center.
So
Golf 9 via Victor 2 Victor. Victor Sierra. Victor Echo. Whiskey 5. Hold short
Whiskey
runway 18 center.
5.
Easy 3 2
Where's
golf.
Whiskey 5? Whiskey. Somewhere down there. Alright, we'll just carry on. Star APU. After landing checklist, landing lights off, nose wheel lights set for taxi, flaps are up, spoilers retracted and disarmed, weather radar set to off, predictive wind shear set to off. TCAS set to off or standby in this case. A little bit too fast here. Terrain to off, we never turn it on. APU as required, it's already turned on. Anti-ice not required. And APU bleed to on. There we go. Now I'm gonna get my little cheat map. You guys can't see it, but beyond it you see as a little taxi map where you can follow to the stand. That's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully everything's now, whoops, working correctly with GSX. So we'll probably get a rec taxi assignment with the gear already in place. So landing system to off. So this is a very long taxi. Let's single engine taxi in. SETI. Alright, so we got 49 minutes out of the gate and we got 43 minutes of flight. Let's stop the chrono. Oh, what a bump. Whoop, there we go. I don't remember having such high bumps, but definitely the dikes, you can see it while taxiing. You can see this is one of the many waterways and dikes. As you know, the Netherlands are conquered to the sea, so most of this country is below sea. So now we will hold at, we'll hold up ahead on this Whiskey 13 holding point on runway 118 center. So carry on taxi. Hello, Andrew. Welcome to Amsterdam, Andrew.
Grand Hotel 15 Victor 1 Victor, Victor Sierra.
I think that's the Radisson Hotel. I do remember this funky looking building when I flew there. So I think it's the Radisson Hotel. Either that or another hotel. It's definitely, or a terminal could be, but there's a lot of hotels around Schiphol. It's a wonderful country. That's the Amsterdam city center. So this is runway 18 Charlie, and we're going to have to hold to cross. There's a Transavia. Very cool frame rate, even with all these planes parked. Alright, I don't know if this is the holding point. No, it's up ahead. It's this one right here. It's this one here. So this one turns right. That one goes to the left. We're gonna hold here. So single engine struggles a little more. You can imagine how much fuel I'm saving by only having one engine taxing. Alright, so let's tell them that we're waiting to cross.
Waiting to cross 18 center.
DZ32 Golf, hold short of 18 center. I'll call you back.
Hold short of
Alright.
18 center for traffic. EZ32 Golf.
So hold right here. Parking brake. So probably a plane landing or taking. Oh, there's one landing. Yeah, that's the problem with Schiphol. Big airport. Lots of runways. Lots of taxiways. Look at that. We landed on 18 right here. And we still gotta go all the way to the terminal. It's gonna take a moment. Nice 777 landing. Ooh, bumpy. Nice. We'll probably be cleared now. Let's hope. Still waiting. See them. So it's really not gonna let me cross? Unless there's a plane for takeoff. Plane's already exited. Come on. Plane exited, there's no one approaching that I can see. Unless I'm not seeing things correctly. Yeah, no planes approaching. So it gives. Oh yeah, there's one. Didn't see it there. What is that? Tap Portugal. Nice. Or no, that's Swiss. For a moment there, it looked like a Tap Portugal plane. Swiss A319. Is it landing on the grass? It looks like it landed on the grass, didn't it? No. So, any more planes? Can I cross now? I think that plane landed on the grass. At least it looked like it. Man, I don't see any planes. There's a feature here, which is the BNTC traffic map. Maybe I can delete that flight incoming. Yeah, there's definitely a plane. 2 more planes landing. Good lord. There's 2 more planes landing. See it, but it's right there on the app.
Easy 3-2 Golf, cross runway 18 center at Whiskey 5.
I
Continue
removed.
taxi via Whiskey 5 Charlie 2 Charlie, Alpha 21 Alpha, Alpha 19 Echo.
Alright.
Runway 18 center at Whiskey 5. Continue taxi by
So it's
Whiskey
telling
5
us to
Charlie
go
2 Charlie,
forth.
Alpha 21 Alpha, Alpha 19 Echo, Easy 3-2 Golf.
Right here on Whiskey 5 and all the way to the end and then turn right. Crossing. Now it's the second to the right.
1380 Kilo, cross runway 18 center at Whiskey 5. Continue taxi via Whiskey 5 Charlie 2 Charlie, Alpha 21 Alpha, Alpha
Runway
19
vacated.
Charlie, Alpha 19 Echo.
Cross runway 18 center at Whiskey 5.
Oh.
Continue taxi via Whiskey 5 Charlie 3
Small
Alpha 21
hiccups
Alpha, Alpha
in the
19
frame rate
Charlie,
here.
Alpha 19 Echo, Griffin 88 Kilo.
Not that far now. We still have to make a left-hand turn on the second to the left after we pass this 777 here. This is a massive airport. You guys have no idea. I mean, you can take a look at it in Flight Sim, and you can look at it in Google Maps or something. It really is massive. Not as big as like Dallas in the United States, but still big. So not the first turn, second turn, past the 777 there. Couple of planes waiting for us. So second turn left. Wheels are buried on the ground there. Right, and now it's going to be the second. So this is the first apron, second apron. And it's going to be gate what's the gate number? G9. Almost there. This is a short flight, but a very long taxi. So our gate will be the first one on the left, so probably this gate right here. There's a dike here. Let's see it. No, actually this is a road. But you do cross roads. It's very cool. See it right here. There's a road here, crossing over there. Let's look outside. It's really cool. You can see you can cross over the road. I remember this perfectly. All right, so now we're gonna go to the left side. So there are 3 taxiways here. We just need to follow the right one. I think it's this one. A19C, A19 Echo. Because we're gonna park on that gate over there. Right here. G9, here we go. Reduce this, turning in. Now remember, we are single engine taxis, so we're gonna need some extra oomph. No PTGS, so just yeah, I know. There we go. What? What? Alright, there you go. Parking brake set and engine off. Start deboarding. Will the gates operate? Remember, this is an Asobo airfield. Not sure that gate will move. I couldn't find the proper GSX file for Schipol, so gate will probably not move. Oh yeah, it will move. Nice. All right, parking checklist. Parking brake is set. Nav aids to off. FCU reset. It's done. And let's go to init. FCU reset. So let's get this to 100. And this one to 100 as well. You guys can't see it, but I can move here. constraint to off and off, flight directors to off. Alright, and the ARC-10, ARC-10, anti-ice is off, APU is on, engine master switches are off, fuel pumps, oh we got external power already, nice, even better, APU off, master switch to off, landing flaps 3, ground control to on, external tanks, fuel tanks to off, beacon is already off, seatbelt signs, they're already exiting, so external power is on, transponder to off, or standby, cockpit door open. Alright, welcome to Amsterdam. That was quite an uneventful flight, and we always like it when it's uneventful, right? So here we are. We're just going to greet everybody out. Thank you for coming. Oh, there was some black magic going on there. Thank you guys. Hope you guys appreciate the flight as much as these passengers. They're all smiling, well, except for this guy. They look like most of them are smiling. So let's go outside. We're gonna jump down. Woo, that was quite the jump. That was Easyjet A319 out of London City to Schiphol, Amsterdam. Very pleasant flight. Service update 4 really did wonders to the performance, overall performance. Really enjoyed the FPS all the way through throughout the flight. No big issues. Plane as well did cooperate, and let's just confirm here the wheel temperature, because we did an awful lot of braking. Pretty cool. No need for the brake fans. So guys, thank you all for coming. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is really recommended right now. Really great performance now with Service Update 4. If you guys didn't do it yet, try it. It was really cool. I got a little less frames as I did in London City, but I was in Midtown London, and very smooth. Here, not as smooth, but come on, this is a very complex airport. And yeah, it's definitely, look at the length on this jetway. Good God. So, as for the Fenix, well, fine as always. There are very little things to say. VNAV still looks a little unpredictable, but that's something they're working on. Other than that, the plane systems and everything looks and fine and works fine. GSX, there's still some issues with it, as always. It's going to be a long time until they fix it, I'm sure. Other than that, really nice flight. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Mirsha. Thank you, Brav Papa. Thank you, Boeing 777, Ooms, everybody that's been with me. I'll see you next time. Until then, be happy. That's it. That's my message. Just be happy and try your best to make other people happy as well. Cheerios. Bye-bye.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new. Endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the